Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about barriers to communication. As we all know, throughout the day we communicate with different types of people, and while communicating, we sometimes converse, we express our ideas, our feelings through body language. Sometimes we use social media also, email also, telephonic conversations also convey a lot, and even we rely on our communication skills to further once if we wish to communicate to our friends, our relatives, our near and dear ones, and even in our professional career in life, we communicate a lot to others through various modes that I had discussed, or what did I say right now. So these communication skills, once if we wish to enhance these communication skills, or if we know about the communication skills, we'll be aware that there are certain barriers to communication which hinder our communication process, and they do not allow us to effectively, efficiently convey the message that we wish to convey to others. Sometimes we wish to converse with our friends. We even plan for some vacations. We uh, attend the social gatherings. Sometimes we are in the professional life also. In that case, we may see that if we are not good at conversation, if we are not an expert, if we are not expert in conversing and expressing our views to others, so there are some reasons behind them. Certain communication barriers, always they do not allow us to communicate in effective way. So once if we are aware what are these barriers, and how are they hindering our communication process, so after that in the new session we can discuss about the eradication, or how can we improve our communication skills by removing, eliminating all these barriers that are coming into the communication process. So today we will discuss in detail about the communication barriers or barriers to communication. So barriers to effective communication do not allow us to proceed further as far as communication barriers are concerned. So these barriers can be environment barriers, emotional barriers, language barriers, and even we can see many other barriers such as perceptual barriers, gender barriers, semantic barriers, cultural barriers, organizational barriers, personal barriers as well. And sometimes some physical barriers do not allow us to communicate in an effective way. So as we have seen that what we mean by the process of communication, now we can proceed further with the barriers to communication. At times, even after taking care of every other detail, some misunderstanding always arises once if we are communicating something to other. And why do they arise? We'll find the causes behind that. So in order to eliminate these misunderstandings, we have to understand the most common barrier to effective communication. Uh, uh, so let's see, there are some barriers such as barriers to effective communication. You can see here in this picture that there is a physical barrier, there is a wall here, and one person wants to say something and there are many other persons, they are standing just nearby, but still they cannot say because there is a physical barrier and they cannot hear, they cannot listen to what the other person wishes to convey to them. So the process of communication has multiple barriers, and the intended person who wishes to communicate something will not be able to communicate because there can be any barrier that may arise and the effective communication may not happen. So the barriers to effective communication could be many, such as linguistic barriers, psychological barriers, emotional barriers, physical barriers, and cultural barriers, etc. First barrier that we are going to discuss today is psychological barriers. And we can see that if you do not have attention, if you are not paying attention in the class, you may not be able to understand what are we discussing right now. So one barrier is lack of attention. The next one is sometimes premature evaluation. We may evaluate that, okay, today the ma'am will be discussing only this much, so I don't think this is that much important for me, and you may not pay your ears and you may not listen to those things cautiously. In that case, you may find that the communication barrier may arise. Sometimes poor retention. You have heard something, but still you cannot retain that information in your brain for a longer period of time. In that case also, you may see this type of barrier may arise. And one more is loss by transmission, distrust, and emotion. Sometimes if you are emotionally disturbed, in that case, you may not be able to pay full attention to the communication that is happening in front of you. And if you do not have trust on the person, suppose if your friend is conveying any message regarding a class and that friend is not your fast friend or a true friend, so you may not rely on his words. But if your fast friend or if your true friend will say something to you, you will immediately rely on his word. Whatever he wishes to say, you will admit, and because of the trust and distrust, you can see what can happen and how can the communication be hindered. So there are various mental and psychological issues that may be the barrier to effective communication. And you may have seen that sometimes the people have stage fear, speech disorders, phobia, depression. We had already discussed about it in the session in the another video, that is glossophobia, fear of public speaking. So you can see to that for the detailing that how we are disturbed because of the glossophobia, because of the phobia of going on the stage in front of the public. All these conditions are very difficult to manage sometimes and will most certainly limit the ease of communication. You may not be able to communicate easily to others. So in that case, you can say that psychological barrier is really significant barrier and you need to take care of this barrier. Then only you can eradicate or remove this barrier from your personality. Another barrier that we are going to discuss today is physical barrier to communication. Here you can see a picture where a separation is created here, and the person sitting here will not be able to talk to the person who is sitting on the other side, and even they may not be able to see what they both are doing. So separation is created, and because of that they may not be able to communicate to one another easily and comfortably. So there are the most obvious barriers to effective communication, and they are most easily removable in the we can easily remove them also once if we see the reason, the cause behind that particular barrier. If we remove that cause, then we will see that the barrier is already and automatically removed, and we can communicate effectively to the other person whom we are intended to communicate something. So this includes the barriers like noise. So you can see physical barrier is also associated with noise, closed doors, and faulty equipment used for communication, closed cabins. Sometimes in a large office, the physical separation between various employees combined with faulty equipment may result in the severe barrier to the effective communication. You may have seen nowadays in the offices, nobody can talk to the other person because there is a separation that is created between the two. Next barrier is emotional barrier. The emotional barrier is also very important. A person who is emotionally mature, he will be able to communicate effectively. Sometimes you must have observed that out of your 2 or 3 brother sisters, only one is selected to convey any message to your neighbor. Why? Because you are well aware that the person will communicate everything appropriately, and in case he is asked something else, even then he will communicate the things in a way so that they are appropriate. So you can see the person who is emotionally mature, that person is only capable of communicating the things effectively. On the other hand, people who let their emotions take over their face, so they always face certain difficulties. Here you can see these faces, they are conveying a lot of message. So once if you are conveying these things, then you may not be able to communicate what you wish to communicate to others. So emotional barrier is also an important barrier, and you need to take care of all these barriers that we had discussed today. So these are the barriers that were discussed today, and in the upcoming session we'll be discussing some more barriers to communication and how and what are the remedies to those barriers and how we can eradicate these barriers so that we can become effective communicator, we can communicate in an effective way.